that is for our record. So I will give light on this 10 parameters, what we call while writing question, what we have to keep in mind, and what and all parameters we have to write, that I will explain. So first, this kind of one sheet will be given, like it is prepared for the storing it in the item bank. So when we give it to the item writer, they have to provide all these details. First thing is here, name of the participant. For each question, the whoever writing the question, they have to write the their name and area of specialization, whether they are language here means it is a grammar or literature, purely literature background, or language background, linguistic background, that they have to mention. And like major minor components of language and literature are there. I think GFR code, while explaining, the technical team will give the demo on this, and that we have devised one general frame of reference. That general frame of reference means all the universal components have been classified with reference to language and with reference to literature. If we take language, means we have classified the things like phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics. They are all called major components. And under phonology, we have so many components. Under morphology, like that, we have devised, and we have given some code number to each component. If your question is from the language background, like if you are whatever you writing the question, that is from grammar, on the grammar, then it goes under the language component. And if the particular question that you are writing, that goes under like literary genres, like aesthetic features, affectives and criticism, and also genres types, that characteristics, and their content, like it focuses on that way, then it goes to literature part. We have some GFR number code. They will teach you how to select the number. There all the components will be given. If you are writing on the question on short story, then short story we have given one code that you have to select. So while writing, you will come to know this. So we have, this is called GFR number code. And for systematic, to make it more systematic, we have given this GFR number code, and to retrieve, while for retrieving also it will be more helpful. So that we have given such kind of codes, and also the components we have classified. First parameter, and while writing we have to keep in mind, is administering details. In some cases, what will happen, if in the classroom, means the classroom teacher will write the question, and he know what has to be given for that particular question. If it is a oral question, what kind of things he has to arrange for the students to administer that question, he will know. But in this case, the question item writer will be different, and the administrator will be different. So these details have to be given. Administering details means if it is a oral test or some other test or some other practical test, they have to give the some what kind of instruments they have to use in the lab. And if it is an online test, computer based test, means all the students should have the computer, and such kind of details they have to give. But in the language and literature, most of the questions will not carry these details. Only for the, when we test the skills, at the time the administered details will come. So such type of questions will have administering detail. So we need not have to worry about the administering details while writing the question. You leave it as it is. And second thing is instruction to the examinee. In the second parameter, as I already told, while explaining the question items, while writing the questions, we have to give clear instruction to the student, that instruction will come under this instruction to the examinee. Like if we give the choose the correct alternatives from the given correct answer from the given alternatives, that is one kind of exam that instruction to the student in the multiple choice question, like choose the correct answer or choose the whether state whether the given statement are true or false, that is first constant alternative. And also subjective type, write the answer to the following question in the 60 words or 2 or 3 words, like that. If we give common instruction to the student, that is to be given under instruction to the examinee. Then after that, question item STEM. It means that previously I have explained 10 types of question items, that you all have to write question items on the both types, like number how many number of questions you have to write, that our technical team will put it in the message, that multiple choice how many, CA how many. So you write questions, no? That main question what you write, that should come under this question item and the STEM along with the answer. If it is a objective type question, then you have to give the correct answer. If it is a subjective type question, for except simple question and completion type, you have to give the Q. Q means main points what you want intended to get through that question item, that you have to give here. Question means actual whatever you are writing the question item, it will come under question item and STEM. And another next is scoring procedure. So as already we have 3 type of scoring procedures. One is analytical, one is enumerative, and global quality. So here for the achievement test, the global quality kind of thing will not come into picture. Only we have to mention whether the particular question is analytical or particular question is enumerative. Here, all the objective type question, you please make it note down, all the objective type questions like multiple choice, constant alternative, matching and rearrangement, multiple facet, all these questions will come under enumerative scoring type, because in the enumerative scoring type, it is like just counting the numbers. If one is correct means you will get full marks, 1, 1, 2, 3, like that. We have to count and give the scoring. That's why it is called enumerative scoring. And then if the your question is subjective type, like under subjective type, analytical, all the subjective can also be analytical, or simple question and enumerative will simple question and completion type will be come under enumerative, and other 3 types may come under analytical. It depends on the item writer how he score the marks. If he asks some specific thing from the student, if the student give the answer, then if item writer intends to intention is to the answer should be with spelling, grammatic, without any spelling mistakes and grammatical mistake, then for that grammatical mistakes they have to cut the marks. So in such case where the judgment is required, in such case the analytical is to be chosen. Like in simple way, I will say that all the subjective type questions will come under analytical type, except in some situations. Like simple question and completion can also come under enumerative, also come under analytical. It depends on the item writer. So please note down, all the subjective type questions will come under the analytical. Analytical here means that when we ask the question, the examiner, that the item writer should give what he has intended and what he has intended to ask through that question, and the main points he has to give here. So that for each point, how many marks to be assigned. If we say, for example, if we say that some about some journal is asked, write short notes on the some journal. Then he has to say that for the definition how many marks, and for the types and techniques available in the journal, what kind of types formats available for that this many marks. So depending on the question, the item writer should elaborately give the breakup points of the marks. If the total marks is 10, the 10 marks how it is distributed, that he has to mention. That is called analytical. So that simply I told all the subjective type will come under analytical scoring type. Then it is subject matter, means subcomponent. That if your question is under phonology, about vowel sounds or consonant sounds or like that, so here that same thing will you have to write. If your question is on literature, like Genesis, background information of a particular genre, or evolution of a particular genre, or short story, or you are asking about epic, or you are asking about travelogue, or you are asking about some other genre, then you have to mention the main point. If your question is with reference to epic, then you have to write epic here. If your question is with reference to background information of a particular genre, then you have to write background information. Like that, the subject matter you have to write on which subject you are asking the question, that we have to write of that particular question. And here we have to give the objective. Objective means what we are intended to test. If for example, if we say that give the example for noun phrase in Oriya language, means it is called form of the noun phrase is tested. We can ask, we can say that the knowledge about the form of the noun phrase is tested. Like that, we can write in one sentence. Like we have to give our intention. We intention to write this question item. So what is intended to test? What kind of ability is tested here? Whether the knowledge is tested, whether comprehension is tested, or analysis part of the thing is tested, or creativity is tested. So such kind of thing, objective one line in Odia you should give here. Objective while writing objective. Item type format used here, already I have explained 10 types of item types. Like objective means constant alternative, it represents CA, and MC means it represents multiple choice. MF means it represents multiple facet. RA means it is rearrangement, and MG means it is matching. Likewise, for subjective type, we have 5 types that I have already mentioned. Simple question we have, for that SQ is given here, and completion it is CN, short answer it is SA, long answer it is LA, and PS means it is problem solving or conversion. That if while writing a question item, if a particular question is from constant alternative, you have to put a tick mark on CA, or in I think you will not write in the IFC format. I think you will input. So while inputting, the screen will come that all the types of question. If the particular question that you have fed is constant alternative, then you have to select the constant alternative. If that particular question is multiple choice, then you have to select the multiple choice. Only selection thing. And the mode and medium of presentation, it is obviously always written mode, because it is an achievement test. Achievement, it may be oral or written, but whatever you are writing, feeding is, it is comes under written. So you have to give written. If you are writing any different oral test also, you can mention it as a oral. How the administering of test is conducted, that you have to mention whether it is written or oral. Always it will be a written. In sometimes it will come under oral. So it depends on the question, what kind of question you have written, that mode will be selected. And educational level. So I think all the levels have been given from primary to research. So you the particular question that what you are going to write, that particular question, whether on par with for the higher secondary student or secondary students or primary students or upper primary students, that you have to mention. Depending on the question, the level will also differ, because depending on the level, we have to write the question item. I think for you all, the secondary level will be choosing secondary will be good. I think if you write lesser level than that your question item, then you can select upper primary or secondary, or your question item is more difficult, it is not for secondary student, it is for higher secondary students, then you can write tick mark on the higher secondary. So that you have to decide that particular question will go to which level, that you have to decide and put a tick mark on the levels of the education. That is also comes under the window, you have to select from that window. This you don't worry about this basic, intermediate and advanced. This is another L2, the who are studying language as a second language, for them it is. So you concentrate on only the L1. You select only primary to research, depending on the what kind of question you are writing. Here rational, we have to give some justification that whatever the question we have written, whether the particular how it tests and how it is coincides with the objectives. We have to justify ourselves that particular question is intended to test this ability, and which is constructed through this kind of format. I can give one example. If we say, if our question is like to identify the noun, means our question is identify the noun form from the following. If I ask, 4 alternatives will be given and the answer will be one of noun we have to select. Then the rationale would be like this. Here the student, what he does, he select the answer. So here select means he identifies the answer. 4 alternatives will be given and he identifies the answer. So we can say that in the identification level, we can say the noun form of the language has been tested in the identification level, we can write. Or noun form of the language, or is any language, maybe Odia language or maybe Tamil language, has been tested in the identification level through the multiple choice question. Like that also we can write. We have to justify ourselves that what kind of ability the student is going to know. That is noun form. The knowledge about the noun form has been tested in the identification level. That in one sentence we have to write the rationale here.